Emotional eating, overeating, binge eating often come from confusion. We feel lost because we don't know how to make the difference between what we want and what we need when it comes to food, life, and ourselves. What we want from food reflects instant gratification, which doesn't always serve us in the recovery from eating challenges. Whereas what we need reflects delayed reward, reduces food cravings, and benefits us in the long term. Balancing what you need and what you want can be challenging, but so important because you achieve peace with food. The goal is to satisfy both your physical and emotional needs without overindulging with food as a sole coping mechanism for emotions. So how do we find a sustainable middle ground between what we want and what we need about our relationship with food? Let's break it down through 4 key existence domains. Before we start, please subscribe, click the like button, comment, share to keep this channel going. If you would like to take it a step further, I offer a free ebook about how to heal from emotional eating. To get this ebook, click on the link in the description below. My name is Sébastien Fèvre. I was binge eating and obese for many years, and I kicked it for good 10 years ago. Then I became certified in mind-body nutrition coaching. If you would like to know more, I offer a free online appointment to discover your story with food and body. To book a free call, click on the link in the description below. Now, let's begin. Key existence domain number 1, nutrition. We live in an environment where we are endlessly overstimulated by unlimited access to empty nutrients and addictive processed food. Yet, nutritional science is now more accessible than ever. And so few people apply nutritional knowledge with discernment. Why? Because there is too much complicated, conflicting information about healthy eating. We are undereducated about this crucial subject from a young age. So culture leaves us confused. And if we add a stressful environment, sedentary lifestyle, and difficult experiences, there is no wonder that eating challenges skyrocket everywhere. If it's hard for you to make the difference between what we need and what we want when it comes to nutrition, let me give some practical tips. What you need in nutrition refers to physical needs for essential nutrients such as good quality proteins, essential fatty acids, fibers from vegetables and fruits, and hydration. They contain macro and micronutrients that guarantee fullness and keep us from craving at the end of the day. Opt for natural unprocessed food to balance your hormonal system. You need to eat slowly, enjoy your meal, feel pleasure, and be present because the body needs to enter a physiological relaxation state. During that phase, the brain requires 20 minutes to scan the nutrients in the meal. So no distraction, no screen, no multitasking during the meal to let the brain signal satiety, satisfaction, and digestion to the body. Of course, you might want to indulge in comfort food such as candy bars and chips, watching Netflix. But this not so good eating habit may create negative emotions, hunger, digestive issues, and weight gain. So it's better to practice a happy medium by consuming 85% of healthy food and 15% of pleasure food. If you can eat hyperpalatable food in moderation, opt for the healthy version. For example, herbed roasted chicken instead of fried chicken with barbecue sauce, protein-fat yogurt with red berries and almonds instead of Ben & Jerry ice cream, dark chocolate instead of candy bars. You also need meal timing, distributed in 3 regular meals throughout the day, because the human body is diurnal and is synchronized to a circadian rhythm, meaning it's active during daytime and rests at nighttime. During the night, the body don't need to eat. It needs to sleep and regenerate. Of course, you might want to eat in the evening because you are tired after work, or you get bored, or you feel alone, or you experience a complicated situation. To avoid evening compulsions, you need to remember that breakfast and lunch are the 2 most important meals because they optimize your energy needs while you are active during the day. They increase calorie burning, they promote fullness, and they eliminate after dinner snacking and midnight raids on the fridge. All of this provides the homeostasis and the energy your body requires to function properly and regulate weight, appetite, digestion, mood, and metabolism. Key existence domain number 2, the body. Consider your body as a living being who has its own wisdom and its own agenda, so it knows what it needs when it comes to food. But we are disconnected to our body because we obey to external cues instead of internal cues. So how do we make the difference between what the body needs and what we want to decrease eating challenges? The answer is simple. You need to activate the parasympathetic nervous system that turns the body into physiological relaxation and decrease the sympathetic nervous system, which turns the body into a stress response. How do you do that? Let's talk about movement. The body has been designed to move, not to be motionless. You don't need to compete in the Olympic Games. Just choose a moderate movement that you enjoy, such as walking, biking, dancing, swimming, practicing gym or Pilates, and stick to it on a regular basis. And your body needs oxygen to activate metabolism, meaning practice outdoor physical activity. And don't do this alone. Move with other people to create social bonds that nourish you. Of course, you might want to lie on a couch watching YouTube while eating junk food. Just remember that when you practice a movement that you enjoy, you regulate appetite, your hormonal system, mood, sleep, and decrease depression that often triggers overeating or restrictive eating. Your body has another very important need to relax, embracing sexuality and intimacy. So enroll your partner. If you are single, start dating and find a partner who suits you. But you might not want to get out there. You'd rather retreat into your comfortable shell. Just remember that depriving your body of sexual bonding may generate unwanted symptoms such as eating challenges. As your body is starving for intimacy, you will use food as a substitute for sex, attention, affection, love. So come out of your fortress of solitude, show up and meet people. Your body also needs to be touched. You can get this touch from your partner or from a relaxing massage. All these physical actions help to reconnect the wires of consciousness between your being and your body. This beneficial reconnection decreases food cravings and emotional eating. Lastly, and this one is crucial, get a good sleep. Restorative sleep increases leptin, the fullness hormone, and decreases ghrelin, the hunger hormone. 1 hour before going to bed, have a sleep ritual to prepare the body to fall asleep. Dim the lights. Turn off all screens because of the blue light that suppresses the body's release of melatonin, meaning the sleep hormone. Avoid noise. Possibly take a scented bath with herbal tea, soft music, and a good book. make your bedroom dark, and go to bed before 11 p.m. because hours of sleep before midnight provide a restorative sleep. Establish a regular bedtime and wake-up time to provide your body a natural circadian rhythm. These rituals contribute to limiting overeating, binge eating, and emotional eating. Key existence domain number 3, the mind. When dealing with eating disorders, our mind can put us in an emotional turmoil. It can be a wild place. Sometimes it's so overwhelming that we just want to escape by indulging in overeating, binge eating, or stress eating. So we need to make a pause and figure out how to harness the mind. Why do we need to do that? Because mind and body are deeply connected, and this goes beyond psychology and physiology. To regulate our eating disorder, we have to learn to regulate our emotional realm. How do we do that? Firstly, check your inner dialogue. Identify any toxic nutritional beliefs that play in the background of your consciousness, such as food is the enemy, eating healthy fat makes me fat, when I achieve my diet, I'll be self-confident, when I reach my dream weight, I will live my life to the fullest. These beliefs are toxic because they create low-level stress that leads to eating challenges. They feel noble, true, familiar. They represent what you want, not what you need. What you want does not serve you. So what do you need? You need to reframe those beliefs by using the power of now, like, I'm self-confident right now. I live my life now. I trust my body now. I wear clothes that I enjoy now. Food is my friend. I eat healthier. I carry on a movement that I enjoy. I engage in an interesting activity that occupies my brain, and so on. Practicing the power of now allows you to enter into a physiological relaxation response. From that serene place, you may address your preferences, such as reaching your natural weight. Secondly, learn to be assertive. Your being needs it. Being assertive means that you need to express an emotion that is aligned with your core values. You learn to say no to what you don't want. You show others your personal boundaries. When you avoid assertiveness, you generate an inner conflict, such as frustration that can translate into unwanted symptoms like self-soothing with junk food. For example, your partner tells you what you should eat and says, "Are you sure you want to eat that?" You react by feeling angry, and you reply, "That may be so, but I need you to know that when you tell me what I should eat or not, I get angry." Your core value is peace. You are not being aggressive or passive. You don't attack your partner, or you're not elusive. You just mean how your partner's behavior affects you. So when you reach the goal of being assertive, you obtain true emotional sovereignty. You feel good about yourself, and eating challenges has no reason to be there. Lastly, how do we deal with emotional overwhelming that leads to eating disorders? Of course, we may opt for repressing the emotion, especially the uncomfortable one, by using food. That's what we want because it's easy, familiar, and it gives an instant relief. It serves us in the short term. But the more we resist the emotion by using food, the more intense the emotion is. So instead, we need to learn to regulate emotions outside of food that works in the long term. Here are some tools. When an emotion comes, make a pause. Identify it and name it. Is it fear, boredom, sadness? Then identify the root cause of the emotion. It can be a thought, a life event, or a situation that triggers the emotion. It could be "I'm not good enough" state of mind. It could be a relationship breakup, or work issues. Next, take a deep breath. Breathe into this emotion. Feel it. Sit with it without judging it. Have compassion for yourself in a way that feels true, such as, I'm not that emotion, I'm so much more than that. Next, keep an emotional journal to channel and express the emotion in a creative way. It's very liberating. Then make a list of activities beside food that replace the urge to binge, such as calling a friend, going for a walk in nature, listening to music, dancing, biking, taking acting class, and so on. Next, find support with someone you trust and ask this person to be there when needed. Next, practice stress reduction such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, positive affirmations, and socializing. Thirdly, have positive spirituality. Our being needs to believe in a higher energy that cares for us. It can be a religion if you are a believer, or a high moral code if you are secular. But many people prefer to live a hedonic material life where they feel like the universe is indifferent to them. This spiritual void may lead to unwanted habits such as eating challenges. Finally, endeavor to resolve a life difficulty that generates the emotion, step by step, and learn to be a problem solver. Key existence domain number 4, life. Trauma, divorce, kids, loneliness, illness, grief, money issues, strained relationships. Experiencing life is sometimes difficult, so we want to avoid life issues. We escape and take refuge in junk food because it's easier and convenient. When we binge or overeat, we forget. But life still goes on. Problems have not gone away, whether we binge eat or not. Refusing to address life challenges by using food is giving power to the inner child who wants to party and eat without a care in the world. So at some point, we need to ward the inner child off and call the adult inside us in order to take responsibility. The adult inside represents the queen or the king that gives us wisdom to move forward whatever comes our way. Then you ask yourself, where life is calling me? In what areas of life I can relax into? I can learn. I can get good advice. I can delegate. I can get useful resources. I can listen to my deepest desires. I can grow. I can thrive. I can solve a problem step by step. To get empowerment in your existence, you need to engage in 7 life areas for fulfillment and well-being, which are family quest, social quest, spiritual quest, mind development quest, vocational quest, financial quest, and health quest. If you prefer to avoid these life quests, that's your choice. But life will send you back a coded message in the form of eating challenges. If you choose to make progress in these areas of life, your existence is more meaningful and more nourishing. It helps you to mature. As you mature as a person, you improve your relationship with life and food. Why? Because our relationship with life is a mirror of our relationship with food. So eating disorders have fewer reasons to be there. Its frequency tends to decrease. Hence, you regulate your appetite, energy, mood, digestion, and metabolism. Let me tell you a story. Yesterday, I was sitting outside a street cafe. There was this woman in her 60s sitting at the next table. We started to chat. She is a clever and highly educated person. She told me that she loves food so much that nothing else matters. I could tell that she loves food. And she admits she never had a life partner, no kids, no family, no friends. She has always been living alone with her cats, and that's it. That is completely respectable choice. And I told her that she should make a little change and try to meet people on dating apps. It's never too late to find love and start a relationship. But she said no, that's not for her. I added that when we exclude important areas of life from our existence, we tend to compensate by focusing on a convenient substitute, food. And that's too bad. She responded with a sad smile. The lesson to take away is that she followed what she wanted, not what she needed, not what life expected from her to feel joy in the long term. As something substantial was missing in her life, she did not reach her natural self. So when you listen to where life is calling you, you start to reach your true self. When you reach your true self, you decenter food cravings of your existence. Then you gain personal power. In conclusion, let me ask you this. How do you find balance between what you need and what you want when it comes to your relationship with food? I'm curious to read your story and have your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. So my friends, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Until then, nourish your life.